We are emotional beings. Somebody's going to trigger you. There's going to be times that either one or both are going to be emotionally charged. Emotional intelligence, what is it? Now, I have worked in so many different situations, from individuals, assisting individuals, to teams, to leadership. And one of the things I've realized, the absolute value of emotional intelligence to foster really good relationships and to really make sure that companies start thriving, teams start thriving, relationships start thriving. Now, what is emotional intelligence really all about? If we really have to simplify it and get it to an easy, understandable definition, what is it? It is the ability to really manage your own emotions, to be aware of your own emotions, manage them, and to also be open to understand other people's emotions. We are emotional beings. We are relational beings. And we need to make sure that we really get a grip on our own emotions, understand it, but also have room and space for somebody else's emotions. There's going to be times that either one or both are going to be emotionally charged. Now, it's so important for us to remember, if we're going to have a conversation, if we're going to have an interaction with one another that's emotionally charged, we're not going to get the effective outcome. It's important for us as leaders to really pay close self-awareness of our own emotions, because somebody's going to trigger you. And we need to realize that they have the room and space to emotionally react as well. But we need to start taking charge of the conversations. We need to create a space and an atmosphere in all of our relationships that we open the door for effective interaction. If we're just going to allow the emotions to run away with us, we're going to miss the point. Room and space for one another to share and feel what they feel, but we need to take real cognizance of how we deliver that emotion. So if I'm upset, it's important to feel the emotion. But then ask yourself, how do I communicate, make it known to the other person what is upsetting me and how do I get my message across? So I can go ahead and say, that really upset me. It really hurt me. Can we talk about that? That's when we become emotionally intelligent. Not hiding or suppressing emotions, but really making sure that the emotions are doing their jobs. The way I look at emotions is each one emotion they've got specific work. They've got a message to bring. If I'm happy, the emotion communicates that there's something that I'm celebrating. If I'm sad, there's something that I'm losing. If I'm angry, I'm in a situation that I don't like and I want to get out of here. We need to feel the emotions, but it's what we do with it that is important. If I, in a leadership situation, cannot manage my own emotions, the ripple effect of what it will have on the rest of the culture in the company is going to be enormous, because that is going to set the tone for the reactions on the other side. We are always impacting one another. We have to remember that people walk into the workplace as well, and they bring with them an emotional charge from home. When they leave at work, it's so important that we then realize is pick up what is going on emotionally. Have the conversation. Acknowledge the emotion. Do not react to it. Acknowledge your own emotions. Acknowledge the counterpart's emotions. And have space and room for that to not direct or lead the conversation or the communication, but to acknowledge that it's there and find a way to get the meaning of it and find a way to move beyond it. The emotion is an indication of what is going on. So the more we as leaders can step in and become emotionally intelligent in our conversations with one another, the better the conversations are going to go, the healthier the culture is going to be. We have to realize in South Africa, as we need to step up, really step up with our emotional intelligence. Why do I say that? We drive to work and we often listen to the news. That impacts our emotions. It charges us up. Then we walk into a workplace and we bring with us that same energy. So we need to be mindful of what is happening. What is the culture we can create in our workspace? We don't have control of what's happening in the country, but we do know that it impacts our performance. So we can start bringing in this awareness of having conversations, having room to debrief about certain things. If we realize that the outside is impacting us, we need to take the responsibility of the culture that we create within our own communities, in our own workplace. And if as leaders, we can master that, can you imagine the positive impact? It will ripple down right through to the bottom part of your whole organization. And when people start feeling safe, that's where they feel that they can trust. And when that happens, everybody flourishes. So I bring with, I talk about the rest, my rest framework. And what we can do when we apply that, it really it brings a moment, a feeling of restfulness. Doesn't mean that we sit back and we don't do anything. In actual fact, it's the opposite. We start taking intentional and constructive conversations and actions. So the first one I talk about is respect. So when we have with emotional intelligence, it's important to be respectful. We all have room to be, we all have room to feel. How do I communicate that emotion in a respectful way? So the moment that we actually bring respect in, and I love drawing pictures, and one of the things that I will do is draw a picture. And to say, if I can just do this. And once I've got the picture there, we can take it further. So the first part would be respect. So if we have that and we say, this is rest, equality, trust, and safety. So the important part that I would say there is, if we talk about respect, emotional intelligence is so important, respectful, the first foundation, the first cornerstone. The second part, equality, what does that mean? Meet the other person where they are. Give them a voice. It doesn't mean that they will overrule. But the moment that we have that equal, you've got the right to feel what you feel. I've got the right to feel what I feel. And if we can bring those two in line, what's beautiful about that, it creates the other two parts, the safety and the trust. That forms part of rest. The safety part is I feel safe to express what I feel in a respectful manner, and I feel safe because I feel respected. What will happen is we will start building a culture where trust starts being nurtured. And if we have a culture, an emotional, intelligent culture of rest in our companies, what's going to happen? We're going to flourish. Safety and trust, even if things have been broken and hurt on the outside, and the person doesn't feel safe or trusted on the outside, what is happening in our companies? We need to take full charge of that. So we implement it from the top to the bottom. As in leadership, are we treating others with respect? Are we showing up in a respectful way? And when somebody does not behave or treat us in a respectful way, can we interact with them back, showing them what respect means? The second one, the equality, is when they come in, you can be the boss. You can have a higher position. And you need to take responsibility for that position. The question is, are you listening to them? Giving them a voice? To be curious about what they want to bring to you so that we really can start implementing that feeling that they've got a shared interest. Then we are building the foundation, the safety and trust, really with good governance. We really create the culture and space where we can all flourish. Emotional intelligence, crucial in all relationships. We want to feel emotions. We want to understand our own emotions. We want to be able to control our own emotions. Does not suppress the emotions, but we want to be in control of our emotions. And then secondly, we want to be open to understand other people's emotions so that we can respectfully respond to them.